A good-looking brand might seem like a nice to have, but things like sales and marketing are really important, and making your brand look pretty and looking nice, it's just one of those nice things to do maybe once things are going really well, but it isn't super important. What you might be overlooking though is how your just good enough for now brand is actually stunting your growth and holding you back in your business. I'm starting a fun new series called The Year My Brand Turned Pretty. This series is to help you prepare for 2026 so that you can finally have a brand that you really are proud of. Something that feels like that perfect fit. You feel the most proud of your brand you ever have. Because after all, life's too short not to spend it with a brand you love. Now, just because I put the word pretty in the title of this series doesn't mean that we're just looking at aesthetics only. This is about the strategy of branding so that the look of it is actually going to be effective, and it's going to be something that feels like that perfect fit, that it's going to help you attract the right kind of people, that it really feels like it's you and communicates what your brand is all about, so that it's a really effective brand. And it feels pretty in that way that it feels just right. It doesn't feel like you're trying to be something that you're not. It doesn't feel like you're just tracing trends. It really feels true to you, and it makes you feel confident and pretty. It's that feeling when you're all dressed up, you feel really pretty, you feel confident. You're going to go out there, seize the day, take opportunities, and that is how your business is going to grow, because you're going to feel so confident in your branding that you're going to go out there and chase things. Brand confidence doesn't come from trying to imitate others or chasing trends. It comes from really deeply understanding your own business and expressing it visually in a way that feels undeniably you. So in this first video in this series, we're going to look at the why behind creating a pretty brand. So I've already touched on it a bit, but I wanted to dive deeper so that you can start to look at your own branding, how things are going, and check in and notice, is this something that you need to be working on? Is it something you've been overlooking and been thinking, oh, my branding's fine, maybe I just need to improve a few little graphics here and there, but overall it's pretty good. We're going to look at some of the things that show up if your branding isn't working for you, so that you know if this is a series that you need to be tuning into. So the first question you need to be asking yourself is, does it make you proud? So do you feel proud of your brand, or do you tend to hide it? And by hiding it, I don't mean that you're just completely hiding away your business and never sharing it at all. It can show up in tiny ways, like not chasing opportunities because you think, oh, that's something I'll do one day, once my business is bigger, or it's looking better, or I've got my things all together better and I'm more organized and things look really more professional. Sure, you might be showing up on social media, you might have your website and things like that, but there's certain things that you're holding back on. You're not excitedly telling everyone about your business when you meet them and sharing your business card and getting them to go on your website and things like that. You're not chasing those big opportunities because you feel like you're not quite ready yet. There's those little things where you're holding yourself back because you don't quite feel proud enough yet. There's that feeling of not quite yet. There's all these things that become that one day dream, but if you get your branding right, they could become your reality now. The next question to ask is, are you setting the tone and building trust? So when someone comes across your business, if they find you on Instagram, on your website, or YouTube, or whatever other platform you're on, when they come across you, is it instantly setting the right impression that they're going to actually want to stick around and find out more about you? Because sure, once they dive into your world and get to know you better, they might realize you are the perfect thing for them and you've got all the offers that they're looking for, but you've really got to set that right impression so they're actually going to take the time of day to get to know you better. So are your aesthetics actually positioning your brand so that they can tell if it is for them? And does your business look quality and professional, like a serious business, or does it just look like an amateur hobby or even a scam? We want to make sure that people are getting the right impression about you. This is something that really makes me sad, is when someone has something great to offer. I know that they've got great talent and skill, they've got great things to share with the world, yet their branding is really letting them down because it just makes them look unprofessional or like they don't know what they're doing. And I think that is just such a shame, because they're just not getting the recognition that they deserve because people aren't getting the right impression when they come across them. So yes, your branding could be losing you potential customers and clients because they just aren't spending the time of day getting to know you. They may come across your stuff and it tweaks their interest, but then they fall away quickly because it just doesn't look quite right to them. Then are you attracting the right kind of people? If your branding is misaligned to the people that you want to attract and you're just attracting those red flag clients or really difficult customers, it's not that you just have really bad luck, but it could be that your branding is just attracting the wrong kind of people. It isn't clearly speaking to the right people and turning off those that you don't don't want attracted to you. I know that you've got those dream clients on your vision board, and they may sometimes feel far off and like, is this ever going to happen? Am I going to get these people? But it's not as hard as you think. You're not a magnet to those annoying, difficult customers. You just need to make sure that your branding makes it clear who you are for. By strategically creating a brand identity that attracts those people, you can see more of those dream clients and customers in your inbox. So if this had you nodding your head and thinking, yes, these are some of the things that I'm struggling with my brand, maybe I was overlooking it, and yeah, maybe I need to be working on my branding, then you're going to enjoy this series. So make sure that you tune in each week as we look at turning your brand pretty for 2026. So happy creating, and I will see you in the next video.